Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sport Wrap Show. I'm your host, Limba Mupetami. We have a lot of local as well as international content lined up for you. So without wasting any time, let's head into today's hit list. Senator Coleman's chance of featuring in the upcoming COSAFA Women's Championship remains unconfirmed as it's pre-season for most clubs, according to Paul Shipanga, the Gladiators Gava. Shipanga explained that pre-season makes it difficult for players to travel for national duty as it disrupts their schedule. However, they are still looking at having her on board, he said. Viwesiwa, who plays as a right back in Germany, is also in the same predicament as Coleman. Another senior player, Anushka Kordom, has also rejoined Copen Warriors in the States and will not feature in the championship. Athletics Namibia's president, Erene Mwaka, says the country needs to have a larger representation at the 2024 Olympic Games, which will be held in Paris, France. The National Athletics Body is working on organizing regular competitions to identify prospects to be molded into international caliber athletes. The Newtown Sports Agency's Christine van Heerden said that Namibian Olympic finalist Beatrice Masilingi is rehabilitating well from injury she sustained in July. Van Heerden was responding to questions by Namibian Sports Desk about the status of the athlete's health and whether she is receiving the best treatment so far. The Navachab half marathon will take place in Karibib on the 17th of September. Regional Sport Officer Berthold Karumendu announced today. The event will be sponsored by the QKR Namibia Group, Navaja Gold Mine that is, as well as Namet Medical Aid Fund. The Town Council and FNB Namibia have also committed to the event, while Coca-Cola will be the main drink sponsor. Here is Karumendu speaking at a press conference held in Windhoek today.
To be here again after 2 years of the pandemic, we know COVID-19 has a big impact for our local races, the one of Navachab, not local races, national races, and international races. Even if I'm speaking, one of the international half marathon has been postponed for 2 years. The impact of COVID have caused a lot of events not to take place for the previous 2 years in 2020 and 2021. But today, again, we are here to launch the Navachab Half Marathon, the 8th edition. The 7 and 8 edition, 6 and 7 edition was impacted by the COVID. It's an appreciation and acknowledgement of Navachab Goldmine who come on board to inject a sponsorship of 120,000. And we also acknowledge Namet Medical Fund who injects 35,000 plus also. And also the Town Council who inject 6,000 from the Town Council. In the absence of FNB, we inject 15,000. And of course, a long-lasting official drink sponsor from Coca-Cola Namibia Namibia Brewery Company, Robertson. We came along with Coca-Cola as a drink sponsor during the time when I was an athlete. So keep up the good work until now. And it always brings a dear friend, especially when the athletes are finishing to have a Coke for refreshment and energy. It's a token of appreciation. And the main stakeholders on behalf of the ministry. This is also another way of mass participation and grassroots development in terms of Karibib, Erongo region, and Namibia at large, because we invite all athletes in our regions. 14 regions are invited, whether you are an active athlete or whether you are non-active athlete. We are not leaving anyone behind, from the masters 50 plus, from the veterans 40 to 49, the junior 16 to 19, and the primary schools and those ones who cannot do the 21 case, they will do the 5-kilometer fun run. So we have a 5-kilometer fun run. So with these few words, I just want to declare that the Navachab half marathon is back, better and bigger. And as I'm speaking now, all the race information is being sent to our regional offices in Namibia, in all 14 regions, except Kunene, because we don't have a representative. But we are working very hard to send information to that. So the entry forms and the race information is at our regional offices in Namibia, all Namibian offices. I don't want to talk too much today, because we have the people who make this event to become a reality and bigger and better than before. We would like to give an opportunity to our main sponsor, which is the Public Relations Communication Officer from Navachab, Goldman, Mr. Saleh, if you have something to say on behalf of Navachab.
Well, thank you, Karumendu. It is really a pleasure to be here and also to just announce our full-time commitment to this race. We have done it 7 times before, but because of COVID, we could not continue doing it. But we just want to say we are fully committed to this race. And usually we always committed an amount way below 100,000. But this year we attract most of our racers from all over the country. So we are committed to this race, and we want to keep on improving this race annually. So also on our behalf, we really thank our co-sponsors who have come on board and who will also continue running with us on this race to ensure that this race continues and it becomes better every year that comes. Next year we might even go a little bit higher, so because we want to attract even more people that would come. We may also planning to include the 10 kilometer run also, because this year we are only focusing on the 5-kilometer fun run and the half marathon, which is the 21.1. But next year we also want to include the 10 kilometer. The idea is that just to have everyone covered on the marathon. So the commitment from Navachab is still ongoing. We believe that there will be no pandemic, hopefully very soon, so that we can continue having this race for quite some time. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That we have here from the Public Relations Communication Officer of Navachab. And we also having one of our main partner sponsor, Namet Medical Fund, Cynthia Engari, Vice Chairperson of the company. If you have to say something on behalf of the company.
First of all, I have a confession to make. I've never run a marathon before. So it's really a privilege from NAMED to be part of the sponsorship of the 8th Navachab KPR Marathon. And we are really looking forward to being part of this marathon. It's not that only that we've been part of QKR, we have been part of the Karibib community for some time now. Basically QKR, Wellness, Karibib Private School. So NAMED has been part of the community at Karibib. And we really look forward, hopefully this will be my first marathon, so I look forward to being there. And once again, from NAMED's side, it's going to be a long partnership. As much as COVID has affected the community, we are here to stand by the community side, and we will keep going with it. Navachab and QKR going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was the Vice Chairperson of NAMED Medical Fund, and it's a token of appreciation that you are part of this event. It contributes towards sport development in the country, especially route running in Namibia. And of course, we are at the town of Karibib, and I don't know whether the town is ready. I cannot speak on behalf of the town. We have a representative of the town here, Mr. Tony Pietres. Can you just tell the media how ready is the town to host us?
Thank you very much, Mr. Karumendu. Let me recognize the protocol already observed. It's on behalf of the town, we are delighted, and it's also a privilege for us to be a sponsor and also the host town. And we really want to appreciate the main sponsor, Navachab, for initiating this event, and also the ministry and all of the stakeholders. For us as a town, we are very ready to host this event in terms of accommodation. So we are preparing ourselves, and also we know that when such event comes in town, it boosts also the economy, the local economy of the town, and we are very thankful that this event is happening in Karibib annually. So we are expecting more of these events, and we are really preparing ourselves for years to come. So I want only to the sport men and women that are coming, and also officials that are coming. So come in big number. So we are ready for you. And please, with the SNTs that you are getting, and so make sure that you spend it in Karibib, so to make sure that our economy is really boosting. So thank you very much, and we are waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Cyclist Drikus Coetzee, who on Saturday took second place in the Trans Baviaans MTB Enduro Challenge. Have a listen to what he had to say.
Welcome, Drikus Coetzee. He just returned from South Africa in the Western Cape, where he participated the past weekend with his partner Jolandi de Villiers from Oudtshoorn in the Trans Baviaans Endurance Mountain Bike Challenge over 230 kilometers. Drikus and Jolandi won the mixed team category. They outclassed the men teams, and they came second overall. The only people that beat them was a three-man team that came first, and they beat you guys with like 13 minutes, Drikus only?
Yes, I think at the end it was 16 minutes, but that's not too bad.
Yes. Drikus, tell us about the weather, the cold, the rain and the mud and so on.
Yeah, so I think reading all the posts afterwards, it's one of the worst conditions they had at the Trans Baviaans yet. So we started, and the temperatures was anything between 1 and 7 degrees with rain, which made it really cold. The previous year it was -3, but this year was much more challenging, taking in consideration the mud and the cold with a little bit of wind. So it was extreme conditions from the start to the finish. Exceptionally, the first 4 hours was really bad. Then it got a bit better, but in the first 50k there were like 700 people just withdrawing from the race because they couldn't handle it, and lots of hypothermia and those kind of stuff.
Because you only returned from Birmingham last week, Wednesday.
Yes, that's correct. And then one day here, and then I flew out to the Trans Baviaans again.
And that was on Friday morning?
Yes.
Quite a hectic schedule. Because tell me, the recovering process after such a hard and extreme race like the Trans Baviaans, how long does it take?
Well, it depends on how hard it is on your body. Individual body is different. Given the cold and severe conditions, it normally would take a bit longer. But for me, I've just rested a couple of days and I'm ready to go again.
Okay, Drikus, what is next up for you on the mountain bike cycling side on the program?
So the endurance events, I'm looking forward to the Mabaruli Solitaire event. It's the 24th of September, which will be, we will depart from Arabush and we'll go down to, I think it's Namba Desert Lodge, 270 kilometers. And then a week after that, the weekend after that, I'll be looking to go and win the Munga Grid Cradle in South Africa, which is a 560 kilometer event.
Yeah, Drikus, that's the Munga Grid, so that is the big one.
No, that's still the 560 kilometers one. Unfortunately, I won't be doing the big one this year because my focus will shift to the dash after it. and the Manga is 1 week before the dash, which is 1,000 kilometers. So unfortunately I can't do both, and as I'm a local rider, the dash always gets priority.
That's right, yeah, that's very typical Namibian loyalty. Drikus, yeah, the Mabruli Safari one is a bit longer this year. You won it last year with an excellent time and average speed. I suppose you will eat this one for breakfast as well.
Yeah, I think I'll take this one more relaxed, more as a training ride, because my focus will be on the Munga Cradle, the 560 kilometers, which is the weekend after that. But still, I'm trying to support local events, and you know, wherever there's an endurance event and an opportunity for me to showcase, then I'll do it. And I mean, Sven has a really great organized event there, so I'm glad to support that. And then just the week after, just give my best at the Munga.
Drikus, any sponsor, people in your life that you would like to thank for their support?
Yeah, like always, I would great appreciation for all my sponsors, the Janine and Suzelle David Sports Trust, making the Trans Baviaans possible for me, but as well as all my other sponsors, including Hollard, BRG, Dio Pharma, and Indongo Toyota. Look, it's a combination of sponsors that helped me achieve these results. I'm really grateful for that, so thank you for all the support.
Yeah, Drikus, and from my side as news presenter and journalist, sport journalist, we must thank, and the Namibia must thank you for your, you're a great export product and well respected in South African cycling circles, in the fraternity and so on. Thank you very much, and we will speak again.
Thank you.
With that, let's cross over to a quick break. Once we return, we cross over to the Golden Oldies segment of the show.
I studied medicine.
I studied geology.
I studied the Bachelor of Science.
You start to heal people, touch patients, you touch lives, you save lives, you realize this is really what you want to do, and you never get tired.
Having graduated from the University of Namibia, I was able to open my own law firm and help people attend to their legal problems.
Let's do the things that must be done and make it great.
If you want to do it, just do it.
That's what I wanted to do.
So the sky is the limit.
My Unam, my pride.
Three players from the Namibian cricket senior side are in Pakistan to polish up their skills ahead of the inaugural global T20 cricket competition against Lahore Qalandars. The competition will take place from the 1st to the 9th of September. We caught up with these players, so please do stay tuned for this.
Hey! Guys, what did I ask you first? Can you see the balls? And that's important.
We want him to focus on this. So from here, we will go into making sure his arm is straight. And then he does the same drill. And then from here, he will get into his gather, into the delivery start, from his back foot landing, depending on his front on, side on, or semi-front on. He's coming here and he's bowling. And we're going to put a target for him.
When the youngsters have to start bowling Yorkers, they often don't understand how long the ball it is and how much effort it actually takes to bowl that ball. But so we go for a deeper ball.
Touchdown! Hands up! Ears, nose, knees, chin, knees, head, balls. Ah! Very pocket, very pocket. Come on, Ara, come. Up. Got it.
Go Bucky. Nice Bucky.
4, 5, corner. Up. Smart. Back. Hop. Okay. Up. Come on, there's two. Come on.
Well, up Up next, we have Ari Hogard with international news.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news. It is a tournament being played in the men's and women's WTA and ATP. That is the Western and Southern Open being played in Cincinnati in the USA. And it is also a build-up tournament for the US Open that will start on the 29th of August in New York. On the men's side, it is Andy Murray and Sam Wawrinka, two of the more senior players that played in the first round, and it was Andy Murray that came out winner in the tight game, 7-6, 5-7 and 7-5. Murray's countryman, that is Cameron Norrie, beat Holger Rune. That was a tough game for him. Holger Rune is from Norway. He's got a good season so far, and it is Norrie that beat him 7-6, 4-6 and 6-4. The top players in the world, all the top players in the world playing in this tournament, it is Daniel Medvedev, number 1 seed. Rafael Nadal is also there playing. He's the 2nd seed. And it is Carlos Alcaraz of Spain, the new young sensation. Also in the tournament, he is seeded number 3. In the women's draw, it is Sloane Stephens of the USA got off to a good start. She beat Annette Corvée of France quite easily, 6-1 and 6-love. And then Leila Fernandez, she played in the 2021 US Open final against Emma Raducanu. She lost in that final, but she's from Canada. She's 13th seed, and she beat Ekaterina Alexandrova from Russia by 6-4 and 7-5. All the best players in the women's side also playing in this tournament. Number 1 seed is Iga Swiatek from Poland, and it is Simone Halep that just recently won this last weekend the Canadian Open, also playing in this tournament. She's still seeded number 15. The draw was made before the newest world rankings, where Halep is now number 6 in the world. And continuing with soccer news on international sport, and it is Liverpool that played against Crystal Palace. That was a game, English Premier League game that was played after the weekend, and it was Liverpool that played to a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace. Not a good start for Liverpool in the season. They also drew their first game of the season. They're down in number 12th on the list at the moment, on the log. And it was also not good news for the new signing, Darwin Nunes. He was shown a red card in the second half for a headbutt, and he was a new signing from Benfica for almost $70 million. So it's both Liverpool and Manchester United, very high-profile clubs with a very difficult start to the new season. After 2 games, it is Manchester United, bottom of the log, 20th on a -5 goal difference. They've got no league points, and it is Liverpool down in number 12 position with just 2 points from 2 games. A difficult game for them both coming up this coming Monday. It will be Manchester United that will host Liverpool, and it is Darwin Nunes after the red card that won't be able to play in this big game at Manchester United. And now moving on to some golf news, and it is news from the FedEx playoffs that's being played on the PGA Tour in America, and the next tournament is the BMW Championships that's going to be played from Thursday to Sunday. News from the tournament is that Cameron Smith, he withdrew from the tournament. He's currently he's in 3rd position in the FedEx playoffs. He's the number 2 player in the world, and also the player that won the British Open just a month ago at St Andrews. But Cameron Smith said that he's got a hip injury, and he will rest this tournament, and he still planned to play the final tournament in Atlanta. 70 players will play in the BMW it is in Philadelphia, and the top 30 players on the FedEx standings will go through to the final tournament in Atlanta. There's also strong speculation that Cameron Smith will join the Live Golf Initiative of Greg Norman after the Atlanta playoffs, and the next tournament in the Live Golf Initiative, our calendar is the 2nd to the 4th of September, and that tournament will be played in Boston. And closing off today's international sports news, it is boxing news, and it's all systems go for a big boxing matchup this coming weekend on the 20th. That is between Alexander Usyk, the current champion, and Anthony Joshua, the challenger. It was Usyk that won the title 11 months ago when he surprised Anthony Joshua to beat him on points, and by that he claimed the WBA, WBO, and also the IBF belts. Money offered for both the fighters. It is reported that both will share 50-50 in purse, and it is $75 million each that they will that they guarantee to get. And there's also fight bonuses and incentives that might even be $100 million per fighter. It depends on how many pay-per-view viewers sign in to the boxing match. So lots of money being paid in Saudi Arabia for golf and for boxing. So this is with that I conclude the sporting news for today, international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Ari. Well, of course, this ends today's Sport Wrap Show. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place.